usually high volume of references to the Kansas City Chiefs, especially for a show broadcast out of New York. This definitely does not reflect the official policy or position of Gov's Comedy Club Radio, Governor's Comedy Clubs, or most of the New York population. And now, enjoy the program.
I would be honored if you played football for this team.
Me? Play football?
Yes.
Come on, Lenny! Pump it in there, baby! Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
So no matter what happens, just keep sticking it to him. Now who are we?
Man machine. Man machine. Man machine.
Wrong side! Left side! Left side! Left side!
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
You all know what you have to do. Remember, no one, and I mean no one, comes into our house and pushes us around. This is your game now, gentlemen. Let's get 'em.
This is a game we are gonna win.
This is the game that people are going to talk about for years. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Can't lose.
Let's hear it, gentlemen. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Can't lose. Let's go play some football. Let's go, baby.
And here we go, folks! Hey, everybody, welcome to Comedians on Football here on Gov's Comedy Club Radio. I'm your host, Steve Belanger. Welcome to yet another week, and we want to thank Governor's Comedy Club Radio for having us again. And once again, I want to thank the Governor's Comedy Clubs. Oh, my goodness, they got some wonderful clubs. They got the big showroom here in Levittown, the brokerage in Belmore, McGuire's out in Bohemia. I was out there on Friday night to see Dom Herrera, Carrie Carabas, Joey Cola. Oh, my goodness, the funny.
I love the Governor's Clubs and appreciate all they do for me.
A quality place to spend an evening of laughter.
Where am I looking?
Right there.
Somewhere.
There?
In
Right.
space.
The thing that looks like a camera that's pointed
There's
at
9 of them.
Yes.
Where is it? Oh, that one's...
That one's for the TV, just in case.
There's
you
one
wanna
under
feel
the
something up there.
table doing the
Are
sharing
you
sound
ready
shot.
for
There's one
some
in the bathroom.
Bollinger?
Hey, look at my guest tonight. We have Neil Rubenstein to my right, your left.
Football
Hello.
champion of 1998.
Star linebacker for many years. We'll
95.
get to that. And on my left, it's Joe Pontillo.
Never played football.
Two comedians are regulars here on the Governor's stages, right?
Yeah, my mom wouldn't let me play football growing up.
that true?
Yeah.
That he wouldn't play football or that
I
you're a
wouldn't.
regular on a comedy stage?
Both. Don't do
both things are
comedy
true.
or play football.
Hey,
Just
our
don't
show
do
is
it.
sponsored by Zorns and Bethpage. We're going to talk to about them in just a little bit. Now, right
I
before
like their stuffing.
the stuffing, the corn. Oh, they
If
have
you don't
wonderful-
cook for Thanksgiving, just call Zorns.
I said, should we do a special turkey promotion or something? And they said, no.
You don't have
We
to-
have more turkey business than we can handle.
Yeah, they're sick of it.
They didn't want to say because
Too
we're
many.
so delicious.
They
but
also have
they do well.
chicken.
They also have
For
chicken.
other days.
They're wonderful poultry people. But right before we turn the cameras on, Neil and Joe just said, oh, we don't know much about football. Is that okay? So we're going to have some fun.
I can name all the teams
That's better than most people
if
can
you
do.
push me.
I'll push you later. Can you name all 32 teams?
I didn't even know there
Yes.
were 32 teams.
Really?
Aren't there like
Yes.
7 teams?
Ooh.
Edmonton,
Oh.
Wow. Brisbane.
Man United.
Man. Oh, I was gonna say that.
That's a good one. That's a
Who-
good
yeah.
one.
That was I don't want
What's
to
the
say it
other
was a
big-
deep poll, but it was solid.
Real Madrid.
Lima. They have a team, right?
NYCFC.
There's only one reason you know those
New York
names.
Metro Stars.
Do you play FIFA soccer on video games?
I don't play any video game. I'm the worst person.
No.
I do comedy. That's it.
If you literally just guess like a foreign country and a city, you
No,
could, they
but
probably have a football
Man
team.
U and Real Madrid are
Yeah.
like serious.
Are they the top two?
But those are like that's Beckham played for those guys.
Oh.
Those
Yeah.
are like the big.
Those are the ones that come up when you
And the
put
LA
on
Galaxy.
When you put on FIFA 2009, which is the most updated version I have in my
Imagine
basement.
playing a soccer video game.
I've done it many times.
Oh,
It's way more fun than real soccer.
Sounds cool.
It's way more fun than real soccer.
Rugby.
There is a rugby video game.
Rugby is
Lacrosse.
cool.
I brought hunting and fishing to the video game realm when I worked at Field and Stream magazine.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
So you're welcome.
Big
people
buck
who were
hunter?
Big, it was Trophy Buck. Trophy Buck, I believe 1999.
Are you a big gamer, Neil?
You like rugby?
You know, my sister actually used to play rugby in college.
She's a
Isn't
big-
that
she's
crazy?
a
I didn't
big
even know
gal.
they had like women. She's a really short kind of. I think at the time she was all big. Yeah.
So she
yeah.
runs.
But she was
underneath.
like my height. Yeah.
Girl rugby.
Yeah.
Didn't think we'd be getting there today, but
Yeah.
sure.
They play. It's fewer people on the field and it's a shorter field.
They let them
Is
play
it?
with the men in those days.
But they only get paid 7
They get
cents
paid
to the dollar.
Yeah. But their dollar's worth more than American
Yeah, so it's
dollars.
actually pretty good.
It's pretty
All right.
good.
Just pretend you like football. What would be your team if you were to?
Well, it was the Giants, but are they even really a
that
team anymore?
That explains why he doesn't like football because he doesn't have
the
football to
other
watch.
team I would root for. Nope, I don't have one. I thought about it. The Red. What is that? No, I
The
would not.
Chiefs.
Kentucky
Even
Fried
though they
Chicken.
do have some great players that I always pick on my fantasy team.
Kansas City
because you
Chiefs?
just have to.
Like-
Oh, I like their quarterback because his
What's his
like
name? What's his name?
Patrick Mahomes, who is the son of a former Mets player.
Ooh.
Did you know that, Neil?
Mahomes.
Part of the 1999-2000 Mets teams, Pat Mahomes.
Was he part of
went
that team?
8-0 in 1999.
Was that the year they were good and went to the playoffs?
Yeah, they went. That was the one time they went to the playoffs back-to-back years in their history. Although technically they just did, but one was the wild card game. We don't really count that.
Mark Clark was on that team.
No,
Yes.
just before they got rid of him though.
Cool.
98?
I got two really
97, 98.
old baseball
This
fans.
is a baseball.
Awesome. Well done,
I was
Steve.
a kid in those
Well,
days.
how old are you?
It's not important.
Not-
What's important
Sorry, never ask a woman her age.
is that I like football.
So Giants. Who? And if you had to pick a team, Don't say
I
Edmonton.
guess the Bills because they're the only team that plays in New York.
wow. So you and Mike Keegan.
Because I like the economy. You know.
You like the economy of Buffalo?
Well, I like the economy of New York State.
Yeah, that's good. It keeps it thriving. And the Jets and Giants, do they even care about real New Yorkers?
No,
I don't
they're
think so. They
Jersey.
never have.
I don't
They
think
make
the
a lot
Bills
of
call
money
about
for
real
New
New Yorkers.
Jersey.
And you know who doesn't care about real New Yorkers? Most of the people who live in New York State who hate when you use the phrase "real New York" for the little portion
Real
of
New Yorkers,
Southern New York.
Real New Yorkers wear their underwear on the outside of the pants. That's
Real New Yorker takes a pigeon and eats it for a rat. Well, I don't know. something.
Well, you're in luck. Your Bills. We're gonna edit all this out.
I couldn't tell you one thing about the Bills. I could tell you
This is gonna be good.
Jim Kelly lost 2 Super Bowls.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he
Because
lost
Only
his battle
two?
with cancer.
Because the-
No, he's still fine.
Because the
I thought he lost
the
4.
kicker
Didn't they lose 4 in a
shanked
row?
one.
He lost 4 in a row.
4 in a row.
Yeah.
4 in a row.
One because the kicker shanked one.
Yes. What was the kicker's name? For $1 million.
Newberg.
Scott Norwood.
Norwood. Yo, that's pretty close. For not caring
Not bad at
all.
all.
All right. as
That
we-
was the first Super Bowl I remember watching, I think. Maybe there was
Are you
one
12?
Nuremberg.
I was in my 20s then.
You were in your 20s.
No, I wasn't.
Pat Nuremberg.
No, I was in my 20s then. I was in
I
my
was
late,
not.
late
I was
20s.
not. I was not even 10.
Yeah.
If that's you're gonna have to.
Me
do some math
me
there.
either. So I said the bar was set incredibly low when Mike Nicolia was here for his football knowledge. I think they've both surpassed it so far. We're 2
No.
minutes out of the gate.
I heavily until about maybe like 3 to 5 years ago.
Is it the kneeling thing? A lot of people left at the kneeling thing.
No, it's kind of the constant covering up of the fact that it's filled with murderers and rapists and
Like
yeah,
rape
that
people
turned
who
me
openly
off
beat
too.
their kids.
I used to be a Pittsburgh Steeler fan when I was a
Oh,
teenager,
they were like the
and now I'm
poster
like
children for that.
they're like the rapey team.
Show me on the phone where Ben
right. And now
Roethlisberger
the new
touched
quarterback is probably racist. So like,
Yeah, I used to like know all the players like back when like Lynn Swan, like all those guys.
those
Now,
were
like,
nice,
You see how-
safe
they were
names.
just
You see how
nice
dreamy she just
people.
got,
Yeah.
like Lynn Swan?
You
There was
could,
like
like,
glisten in her
You could
eye.
also to
Franco
relate to
Harris?
like
Franco
Terry,
Harris. Yeah. I actually had a Franco Harris training camp T-shirt and
Terry Bradshaw. He was like a
Yeah.
nice moron.
Who was
that
the
you could
guy?
associate with.
Blyer, Rocky Blyer. He came to a conference I did once.
Oh,
I
really?
was at like a corporate thing. They brought him in to pump up the crowd. It was a Tuesday night, like in Pittsburgh, in some horrible resort. This guy had me ready to run through a wall. It was the greatest motivational speech I've ever heard.
That's what happened when
Now
I
got these
met
two schmucks. No offense.
one of the stars of The Sopranos.
Which one?
which one?
The guy who played Johnny Sack. I met him in the
Oh,
bathroom
did you really?
of a rest stop in Connecticut, and I said, "Hey, Johnny Sack," and he just went, "How are you?" And I was like, I would run through a wall.
Imagine
for that
if
guy.
it wasn't him and you just called a random guy Johnny
was
Sack
no
in the men's room.
Yeah, right.
and I
That's
still
what
got the
I-
same response.
That's what I.
He's not sure where to go with that.
Kinda weird.
Well, I just I don't know how blue I can.
Oh, my kids are watching, so go ahead, Neil. Embarrass me
Very coffee.
in front.
Like your
So I
Of
got
the
really
entire
into football.
Sack. Your son
Probably
says
when the
sack.
Giants won their first of their two improbable Super Bowls.
When Phil Simms went crazy with the
Yes, Phil Simms
against the Broncos and went 47 for
No.
48.
I mean when they beat the first time they beat the Patriots in like 2008.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I was not
Sorry.
old enough to remember
I forget the
Phil Simms thing. Who's the guy that took over for him? Hofstetter.
Jeff
Jeff
Hostetler.
Hostetler.
Was
Yeah,
that was
that was my guy.
No, that was against the that was the year
That
they
was-
beat
that was
the
the
Bills.
Bills, yeah.
I went to school with a kid named Ben Hofstetter.
That's close.
That's a good. That's a deep pull. So, okay. Nice.
Was Mike Nicolia giving you these kind of anecdotes?
He was
I don't
going
think
deep.
so.
He was going deep, and he had a lot of people texting him during the show, telling him that he was embarrassing himself. You guys, I think, are rock solid.
Yeah, what are the games? It's always like the Cowboys and the Lions.
We had
Hey,
a,
The teams everybody hates.
did you see the two big games this week? The two statement games?
Oh, tell me.
The Ravens and the Rams.
Jeez, what an embarrassment.
Did you just read over the sheet?
No, I
But
know
that
they
was
played.
that was
Here's why-
Rams went to the Super Bowl.
here's-
Oh, he's getting worked up.
Here's why that game drove me insane, because I have Jared Goff on my
Tell me you have
fantasy
Cooper
team.
Kupp too.
I do. Who scored 0 points 2 weeks ago? Because
Yep.
Jared Goff is an embarrassment to the league this season. So bad I had to pick up Kirk Cousins,
And Gurley.
who's also a pain in the ass. Oh, sorry, kids.
No, that's okay.
Took us.
But last year Jared Goff was very good.
Well, they were putting up a lot of points.
Yeah, but this year he's just an emotional
What
wreck.
did they
I don't
put
know
up
what's wrong
3 in
with
the
him.
Super Bowl, right? And it's been downhill ever since.
I know, and he's got so many weapons. Like, I probably know more players on the Rams than I do on the Giants at this point, which is
Because of
sad.
fantasy.
And the rage.
And the is that the XFL team? What's the Rage?
Oh, no.
Oh, just your inner Rage.
That's my favorite
that'd be a good
European
name for an
soccer team.
XFL
the New York Rage.
Oh yeah.
What? There is a New York team, but what's it called?
The
Why am I
counter-
staring at Sally for that?
The New York Counterfeits.
The New York.
or something.
The New York Buttafuoco.
The New
guys
York
remember-
low-income housing.
You guys remember arena football?
Yes.
I feel like I went to an arena football game once by accident.
I've bet on arena football.
Arena football was cool.
It wasn't bad.
I opened
Get
for arena
slammed
football.
into walls.
Checking into wall. Now wait a minute. Speaking of opening, nice.
New York Guardians.
Is that the New York team? What's this? What you're opening for Taking Back
New York
Sunday? next month?
Guardians.
Did I see
Sounds
that
like
correctly?
a healthcare building or something.
How is what? Is,
Yeah, no
what
thanks.
Are you a magician? Magician.
I'm a magician. Yeah, I pulled that out of my butt.
He's making the band disappear on stage.
Are you a musician or are you opening as a comic
I'm
before their
opening
show?
as a comedian.
That's impressive. Do you know those guys?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh,
a,
you're
that's a big
actually
show.
opening for them.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
becoming one of those guys.
I hope. What's that mean?
Those guys you work with on the road who are just like, yeah, I've been opening for Gloria Stefan for the last 30 years. You're like, what the hell?
But there was a time, like at the Westbury Music Theater, when you went to go see like Tony Bennett, a comic would open.
Richard Pryor filmed his special opening for Aretha Franklin.
Is that what that was?
Really?
The Live on the Sunset Strip?
Yeah.
No, or the other one?
The first one where the guy's screaming at him when it opens, people are still sitting down.
Weren't you in Taking Back Sunday technically?
No, I was never in Taking Back
Okay.
Sunday. I was on the first 2 records, just as guest vocals.
Wow.
Telling jokes.
No, yes.
Talking football?
Talking football.
What-
Which is
He was
now
getting it out of his system.
I'm
my-
getting something weird in my headphones. Is there some guy talking about the Bills? But that's a cool gig. December 13th?
in a
14th.
December 14th at somewhere.
Starland Ballroom
Starland Ballroom, which is
That's
where?
actually, yeah.
in Sayreville, New Jersey.
Sounds right.
Journey Mill Road. in
That must be a
Sayreville.
place for the kids because I've never heard it.
It's
Big theater?
been around for a while. It's 2,500
Oh.
seats, not seats.
Comedy
room.
for 2,500. Big
Oh
room.
no, there'll be not that many people there, and none paying attention.
How do you? That's a tough gig.
It's gonna be really hard.
Yeah, they're probably not filling.
It's gonna be an epic bomb. It's gonna be.
You think?
It
for
could
sure.
go either way.
It's not gonna go the way you think it.
But even if
it's
you
not
had-
gonna go a good way.
If you have the best set and there's 200 people that adore you in the front
Oh, that's
section,
great.
But
it's
800
still gonna
that
look
hate
like
you.
it's still gonna
Yeah.
feel like, oh no, 2,300 people are having a drink or peeing right now. And
Yeah,
ignoring
I'm
me.
gonna have to really just put my head down and just motor through a set.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think I can pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like a lot of chatter. I'm
We've
just
all
gonna have
had
to tell
those. You can do
jokes,
it.
yeah.
I
Head down.
performed at a concert. It was like a Hurricane Sandy benefit at Eisenhower Park.
Were you in the back of the room? Anybody know you were performing?
No,
No.
I was doing it to the people at the bar.
Were you?
And I went up in between bands, and every
Between
joke I
bands?
told
Oof.
bombed terribly.
Well, did you watch the Sandy big concert?
That was it. No, I wasn't.
No, like
I
at
did
the
get
Garden.
no,
like
no.
like they had comedy bits in between, and it just did not go well.
Yeah,
it's
I-
tough in a big room.
I did
like
get
that.
a citation from Nassau County, though, which sounds
like a ticket for bad performing.
It does
like
sound
a-
like a ticket. No, it's like,
like
a
a
big thing.
parking
It's like,
ticket or
thank you for your
something?
service.
Oh.
For doing
Does it
this
get you
nice
out of
thing.
tickets?
I thought it was a bad
No, it
thing.
does, oh, you know what? I should bring it in my car.
It's not like the
next
key to
my-
the city.
No, it's just a piece of paper that's way too big for me to put anywhere that I care about.
Where is it at this very
It's
moment?
like a lockpick to the
Garbage.
city.
It's in the garbage. You didn't keep it?
No, I have it somewhere.
It's under your bed.
It's like I want to say it's a cool thing, but it's not.
Hey, you were.
How many other comedians get citations?
I got one on the way here. I was doing 40 and
sorry,
a
man.
30.
Can we talk about football? Can you believe that the Braves signed Travis Darnell?
That's gonna backfire.
That's got to backfire, right?
Because he was able to thrive in Tampa because he was able to DH, play first base.
Yeah,
he
and-
can't catch
yeah.
130 games.
I don't watch
Baseball talk with Joe and Neil.
I don't watch Major League Baseball.
You don't watch Major League
I
Baseball?
coach 12U baseball. I have more
Uh-huh.
baseball in my life than I know what to do with. The last thing I want to do when I get home is watch. I watch the playoffs.
Oh,
but
you're
that's
one of
it.
those people.
I watch a lot of baseball, dude.
Well, I coach a youth football team. They didn't hire me. I just show them up and give them some wisdom, and that's why I'm sick of football now.
Now, when you say wisdom,
that and the kneeling.
in the how about
America?
This is almost unfootball related, but the new guy on the Redskins finally won his first game as a quarterback.
Who?
Dwayne Haskins.
What a name! That's like a guy they just like
White
a
guy?
a fan that won a contest.
Not a white guy,
Give it
but
for Dwayne Haskins.
for the last play of the game, they were winning, and you know, you got to send 6 seconds left. The offense has to take a knee. They couldn't find him.
Oh,
He
no.
missed the last snap of the game
and they lost
because he was in the stands taking a selfie.
Oh,
There's
I
pictures of
can't
him
even
on-
get mad at that.
I just
though.
posted on an Instagram.
So is there
today.
like a penalty?
No, they had to send in, get this, the veteran guy that they pay millions to, that they benched earlier in
Robert
the
Griffin
season.
III?
Case Keenum
Oh,
had to
Case
put on his
Keenum,
helmet,
right.
run out for the first time in a while, hike, take a knee. If I was him, I go to the coach, and I throw the bomb on that.
How
I
did
don't
this
care.
not go viral?
It did. It was all over, and I just posted it to the Instagram.
What's his name? Dwayne Perkins?
Dwayne Haskins.
Haskins.
Dwayne Perkins.
Wasn't he on SNL?
Dwayne Perkins is a comedian. You're
There you
right.
go.
On my bad.
This is the picture, but I photoshopped myself into it, of course.
Oh, I thought he was like in, like he jumped over the wall.
No,
And he was
but-
like 5 rows back taking a selfie.
Which would be fine.
That would be amazing.
And I heard he got in the trouble, and I don't know why I'm speaking like Dr. Seuss.
Trouble.
He got into trouble for taking a selfie with a fan and missing the snap, and I'm like, oh.
It would-
In my head, I'm like, oh, he ran to give a football to his mom. He's just taking pictures with random fans.
See, on the one hand, that's awesome. I was always thought it was awesome when the players would jump and get grabbed by the
Yes.
fans afterwards. Because, like, what if the fans are just like, "You're coming with us," and just that's it.
Just
They tear
all of a
them-
sudden he disappears. It's like Walking Dead.
You never-
Oh my God!
you never
They're
see
ripping
them
him to
again.
shreds. My
No,
God!
he jumped into the stands, and that's it. We never played again.
There was a game this weekend. Oh, I don't remember which one it was. I was watching them all, but the guy caught it. It wasn't their stadium. He jumped. Maybe it was the Redskins. It was like a sea of the opposing colors of the home team, and then like one guy with the jersey on of his team. He caught it in the end zone, did a little toe tap, runs into the stands towards the guy wearing a jersey like his, and the guy was like, "Oh, get out of the way!"
No.
And the guy just tumbled into the crowd, into the stands, all by himself. Nobody caught him.
Oh, okay.
It's sad. It's sad. Can we talk about not football? We're not going to talk football.
Major League Baseball.
Are we allowed to talk about what Joe Pontillo did this weekend on Saturday?
What did
What did you
Joe
hear?
do?
I saw something on the Facebook.
Where was
Did
I
you go into
Saturday?
the city?
Why can't I remember? Oh my God! Right.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
I almost completely forgot that happened. Yeah, why not?
Mr. Joe Pontillo tried out for America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
It was a lot better than I anticipated it
Really?
being. Yeah. Because
Did you have like a cut the line thing?
Yeah, I did. So I had some clout.
Look, what did you need to get? What set the bar that you could pass the line?
Well, I had communicated with some producer, another comedian had introduced. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And she was, get me like a 90-second or 2-minute tape, which I never did. But our communications, I guess, had led her to put me on a list.
Okay.
And I like totally forgot about it. And then like 3 weeks ago, whatever, got an email saying you're confirmed for your America's Got Talent audition. And I was just like, what? So, and I was like, I guess I'm
So
doing
you had a
it.
time. It wasn't like you waited in a cattle call.
No, I mean, you do have to wait on one big line just to like check in and register. But once that happened, as soon as they call the next group, like if you're one of those people, which I was this time, you could just jump in and be like, I got this thing, and they go right ahead.
It sounds like you might have herpes or
Okay.
possibly a pistol.
I got this thing.
I got this thing. Can I get in?
I have a weapon.
And you had to do 90 seconds, right? Was it in front of a panel?
They hype you up to do 90 seconds, but it turned out you only do 60 seconds.
That's where
there's so
comedy
many
really
people there.
lives in
Yeah.
that first 60 seconds.
But I gotta
So
say,
seriously, you just like run up there, you do like 1 minute, and you're out.
Yeah.
And
And I've seen your
Okay.
acts. 45 seconds is mic stand work.
Well, first I say, how's everybody doing tonight? Any birthdays? I just flew in from the coast.
You went in with a group, right?
Yeah. So
So,
you go
like-
with a group of like 10 or 15
Did
other
you know
people.
anybody?
Yeah, I actually knew in my group was another comedian I had met like once.
Okay, nobody from
that
here, because I
he-
feel
he
like
wouldn't leave me alone.
you don't have to say it on air.
What's his name? Doug Max. He's from Jersey.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
other comedians from Long Island who were there. Stephen Rocco Perillo
Saw that.
was in the house.
My,
He was
my friend Natalie Cuomo.
Natalie Cuomo. I didn't see her, but I know she was there. Carrie Carravas. So I'm not sure if
She was there with her daughter.
And she didn't audition.
No, she was there. Her
She
daughter's
made it
got a
point.
wonderful voice.
Mario.
Wait,
what's
she
his
didn't
face? I guess
audition?
not.
Carrie didn't audition, no,
She was
but
there
her-
with her daughter singing, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, her daughter has a beautiful voice, and
Yes.
she's so young too. She's
Yep.
just this like little pipsqueak.
She's got real
she's
talent.
like-
But anyway, tell us about your experience.
Allegedly, Paul Bond was there too. And
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Because on my Facebook feed, I'm like, oh, I know that guy. Everybody's posting their AGT
It was so
pictures.
depressing.
I didn't
This is
see
what
you.
happens with comedy.
I did a long time ago. I did like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh.
For AGT?
Yeah.
Did you get through? Are you famous?
Yeah, he won.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I killed it so hard they canceled the show.
They
this coming.
just gave it to you?
There was like no reason. No, I don't actually win anything. They were just like, "Thank you for letting us know it's time."
You got
the
a
show's run its
citation,
course.
another citation.
Another citation. This is an even bigger. This one from Hollywood. So.
Was it signed by Simon or Howie?
Both.
Both?
And Tyra Banks.
Nope.
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 Oh, damn it.
Nope.
Heidi Klum.
Howard Stern.
Nope. Not on anymore.
Who's even Spicy Spice?
Nope. Still not on.
No, who's on? I don't even know.
Which Spice
anymore.
Girl's on it?
It was Scary Spice.
It
Mel.
would be.
But Mel B is no longer on it. It was Julianne Howe last year. And
Oh, really? The
Julianne
Dancing with
Juliana
the
Huff.
Stars girl?
Who?
I wish it was Julianne
Juliana
Howe.
Hatfield.
Juliana Huff, Howe, the dancer.
Sure.
The Dancing with the Stars girl, right?
Yes, and
Okay.
Gabrielle Union were the two women, but they've just been released.
Oh,
so
Gabrielle Union.
they like both of them, and now they're gone. We watched that show with the
Oh,
kids.
Gabrielle Union was in that movie. The Don't Mess with Mom movie.
Oh.
Don't Mess with Mom movie?
Is it boring?
Go ahead.
We were supposed to be
All your
clean,
business.
Neil. Yeah. Anyway.
What? Don't mess with
But
your
it's
mom.
cool because you are performing in front of only like one person and then a camera person, but also all the auditioners.
Oh, the other
that were in the room with
auditioners,
you,
yeah.
and their like posse that they brought. So like I brought.
You actually
my-
have an audience when you do
Yeah,
your jokes.
so it's like you're almost doing a show.
And
but
it's
you're
not
doing-
even like it's the three producers at the desk I can audition. It's people who kind of.
Exactly.
But are they rooting against you because they want their person,
No,
or
they
everybody's
were-
happy?
They were laughing at everything I said, which was cool. But no, because like you're all supportive of each other. You're like, here comes the magician, and even though he's a creep and did like 5 minutes and he wasn't supposed to, everyone was still like, yeah, great job, idiot. You know?
In the creep's defense, it's hard to do magic in 60 seconds.
I know.
Right.
but-
I mean, my wife says I can do it.
and there was nothing they could do to stop him. That was the
kids
funny
are
part.
watching.
They know.
Okay.
So,
Say
Be
no.
back in a minute.
so it was a surprisingly good experience.
And now what happens? Do they let you know if you made it through, or you got to wait
No,
for that?
he knows he's not going through.
I'm not going through it, but
I'm sorry.
But if I were, I wouldn't hear probably to like February or March
Okay.
or something. In the 0.5% chance, is that even too high? Maybe. There was a 10-year-old kid doing comedy in my group, so he's definitely
Was it
winning.
Saffron?
I don't know.
Is there a...
But he was from Boston, and the
no,
talent person watching was like, "I'm from Boston." I'm like, "There it is. It's over.
Good night, everybody.
Let's just all go home. It's done now."
I remember doing comedy with a kid named Saffron, a young child.
Do you want to punch him in the head?
I did want to punch him in the
It
head.
was a boy.
What's
I don't
great
remember.
Saffron?
I have no
Wow.
idea.
is that once those kid comedians
probably
get like to
misgendered
be
it.
18 or 19, they just quit and do something else.
Yeah, same thing
Smart-
with musicians.
smart
The
kid.
charm is just not there
Very
anymore.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're just like a real person now. Who cares?
That's actually what the note said. I saw the AGT producer's notes on you. It said,
Too old.
He's not cute anymore. I tried out for Star Search a million years ago.
Oh wow!
Really?
Like the second one with Arsenio.
That's where it's
Okay.
at.
And got into the room like there were 4 of us at the end of a long day, and I did pretty well. And the other guy in the room was Steve Byrne.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, he won.
I think we know how that worked out.
I did a festival
Well, you're here,
in Atlanta.
so you win.
I did a festival in Atlanta. I won a spot on a festival in Atlanta.
Oh.
And I was the first comic on the 18 and over portion of the show.
Okay.
So right before me were like 12 and unders.
Oh,
All
was-
doing lunch money jokes? I
which
don't
is
know.
probably
The
the best
girl-
situation for you to do well in.
No, it was
No, I'm
horrible.
joking.
The first of all, because it was like, all right, now it's 18 and over portion. Everyone under 18 has to leave. Here's your first comic, Neil Rubenstein. So it was like I'm getting up while families are gathering
That's
their
great.
belongings to leave.
In their defense, how many times
Quickly,
does that
before
happen?
he starts
You walk
telling
into a room and
jokes.
people start grabbing
Yeah,
their children and
that's
making a run
true,
for
that's
the
true.
exit.
The girl right before me was a catchphrase comic, a 12-year-old catchphrase comic.
Am I right?
And
hers
them's
was-
the shakes.
It was
Much better, Paul. That mine was weak.
it was something like butter my biscuit or
Oh, that's mine.
or
Oh no,
That's
mine was
or
butter.
kinda
put some
creepy for a young
put
girl.
some jelly on that biscuit. It was something like that.
Even creepier.
it was pretty
Put
great.
that, put that
painted
taco in my donut.
You painted a picture, now frame it.
Yeah.
Why don't you finger my butt? No, see, that's not.
Dollars
See, you
to
make
donuts.
these rules before the show starts, and you're like the worst.
But you know what?
You're like the worst.
My kids are going, oh, Daddy's saying
You're
silly
like,
words
so
again.
everyone knows my children are watching, and then
My-
you're like the worst.
He's
My-
going to go to school tomorrow and say, put the taco
Yeah.
in the donut hole. What the
my,
hell?
my new catchphrase after a joke kills is "put that in a body bag," kind of like Karate Kid, but
You got to do the mic stand, though. You got to really stamp it. You got to tag
oh,
it.
I knew somebody who did that all the time
Really?
with the mic stand after every joke, whether it would go well or not. They would just go
I know this comic
make
who
this loud, terrible
every
noise.
time he tells a joke, he smacks the mic on his leg.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
But it's just a nervous tick I have, Neil. I mean, what's your beef?
No, it's Dave Chappelle.
Oh, oh, really?
Yeah, it's so annoying.
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
That's why Dave Chappelle's not going to make it in
Be
this
on the
business.
show.
Yeah, so there was football this
Comedians
week.
not talking about football.
Comedians talking about Dave Chappelle.
Usually this is...
Yeah,
this-
Ken Pichel said in the second half of the show, maybe we'll discuss the actual game from this week.
What game you want to talk about, Ken?
What's the problem,
Where's-
Ken?
where's-
What's the problem, Ken?
Ken, you know what? Call
Elizabeth-
in.
I'm ready.
Where's Elizabeth Benedetti?
Who's Elizabeth
You're
Benedetti?
just making up
Petty
people.
Daddy?
now.
Petty Betty?
Bruno Cappola's watching.
Ooh,
Joe
hi.
DeZeju, Benny Rosito.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Benny.
Mike Nicolia.
Hey,
Mike
Mike.
Nicolia.
Hey, Mike, I know more football than you.
I'll see you later, Mike, if you catch my drift.
Oh.
Tony Walker.
Tony Walker. You know what? I love that guy. He hosts the Knock 'em Dead comedy radio show with Sally here every day from 11 to 1.
That was fun.
They are
the other night.
delightful. You like that, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it again.
We
but-
did a little...
No, I mean,
what do we...
let's end on a high note.
What did we call it? Live from the green room?
Yes.
Yeah, live from the green room.
And all...
Currently looking for people to ask to come in tomorrow.
Are you? Are you really?
Not
That
tomorrow,
was-
but some other time.
That was Tony Walker's
Good.
voice from behind the camera. Ooh, spooky. What were we talking about? Oh, the green room. Yeah, I like how it was nice of all the comics to come in for the Live from the Green Room show last week, and they all sat down and went, "The hell is this? What do we?
What?
Totally not the green
Why do I
room.
have
What do we
blue
do?
hair?
This is not the green room. Yeah, why?
This should
why-
be
Yeah,
the green
this
room.
is the blue
Switch
room.
it.
Now, question: Did
do
you
it
get
right now while
Did you get a
nobody's here.
burger?
Tonight?
Last week for the
It was
show?
supposed to be a burger?
No.
Oh, no, I didn't. No.
You left
burgers tonight?
ahead of time.
No, we're not getting burgers. That was a very once-in-a-lifetime occasion.
I partook in the
No, you got screwed twice.
whatever the comedian buffet was.
Matt Aravello
Ate all the burgers.
ate every
But
single
he's
burger.
so young. He just
Yeah,
needs to
he
eat a lot of
needs it.
food.
It
Yeah.
keeps
He's a
going.
peach. Butera got one. Well, I don't know. Were you there for the
Banjo guy got one.
my favorite moment? We did a show
Let me
together.
tell you, that freaking
Easy.
banjo guy.
Still live, going out, recorded for all of history.
For the
If I
rest
see
of
that
our
guy
lives.
again, that's banjo's getting broken. Anyway,
Matt Aravello, he's 19 years old. We did a show with him at the Brokerage on Sunday night. He was hosting.
Oh, he's fun.
He's very fun,
Yeah.
great kid, very funny. Kevin Downey Jr. closed out the show, and if you've seen
those poor people.
Downey, I think Kevin
No, I
Downey's
love-
very funny.
yeah.
There's a bit he does where he'll step off stage, and this time he stepped off stage at a gallop. So I was talking to Matt at the bar, and it just caught my eye that he was running off stage. He was in the middle of, you know what I like to say, doing his thing, and then it was silence, and I saw him run. So I just kind of looked to see where it was, and Matt was in mid-sentence. Yeah, so I think the third time, oh, God! Like, he thought Downey collapsed on stage, and he went booking for the stage. I'm like, no, Matt, it's a thing.
I mean, that's probably how we'll meet his end. But
Downey? That's what I have in the box pool.
Okay. Can I get in on that, actually?
Sure, I can pick you to die of a quick death on stage.
Were you performing or you were just hanging out?
I was performing.
Oh, okay.
I'm a very old man with small children. I don't go to clubs just to hang out, bro.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't even know what this place is in Jersey he's talking about. That's so far away.
Sounds made up.
I got to cross a
Oh,
bridge.
Sayreville.
Sayreville? How far away is that?
Hour?
Oh, sure. That's not bad. All right.
I mean, the directions you were giving sounded made up. Like, just go down.
It was very specific.
Fueling Pumping Station Road, or whatever it was. Like, what?
You want to take that dirt road, the off path where the trucks get off.
Yeah, then there's a tunnel.
Whoa. Sally just opened her seltzer.
All right, let's talk some football.
Does anyone on the internet have questions about football I can answer?
You know what?
Ask me football trivia and I'll answer.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go.
Name the 4 teams in the NFC East.
Oh, that's easy. It's the Giants.
Good.
Patriots.
Nope.
Patriots.
The Patriots in the Jets division?
That's the AFC.
Patriots
That's
in
the
the
AFC East, yes.
So it's the Giants, the Cowboys.
Good.
The Steelers.
Nope. AFC, not even close.
Bills.
Nope. Also AFC East.
Ohio.
Okay, one of them has
Ohio is a college team. Go on.
The Buckeyes.
One of them is named after a bird.
Ravens.
No.
Nope. AFC.
Dolphins.
And the other one is
still AFC. You
and
named
other
the
one
entire
is doing
AFC
cultural
East.
appropriation.
Oh, you didn't ask the AFC East?
No, NFC East.
The AFC East. I
Don't-
know that.
don't
The
even- don't
Jets,
even-
the Patriots, the Ravens, and the Dolphins.
Don't even play like you misheard me or I asked wrong
He's
because you
still
started
wrong.
with the Giants.
I would have thought it was the Steelers too, because it's kind of close.
I'd love to talk about my Tennessee Titans.
They used to be the Oilers of Houston.
They do have a chance.
Then they were the
at
Tennessee
playoffs.
Oilers, and people were like,
Whoa,
no,
what are
there's
you
no
doing?
oil in Memphis.
They were never the Tennessee Oilers.
Yeah, they were
Yeah, they
for like
were.
a season or two.
Really?
Yeah.
And in the oil industry got really furious because they were like, no,
I really don't remember that, and I have
Yeah.
watched football religiously for way
The
too many
Houston
years.
Oilers,
Very
because
brief.
I believe Warren Moon was still
Warren
on the
Moon.
team when they went to
That
Tennessee.
sounds right. Warren Moon. That was a
There's
guy you
nothing-
could support.
Nothing bad with him, right?
No,
Not
he's
yet.
great.
But
There's still time.
he had a clean.
Well, he's.
He wasn't rapey. Nothing with
he's
the
not
dogs.
rapey.
I'm sure.
Oh God.
Maybe a kid.
I think he's one of those good God-fearing men.
Probably.
good for
Don't
him.
really. If you don't hear from him in the news, they're probably doing fine.
He's probably retired, just hopefully living off his interest.
Yeah, Warren Moon and Grant. Grant.
Oh. On the Oilers?
Mr. Grant.
Edmonton Oilers. He was the
Mark
goalie for the
Messier
Edmonton Oilers.
in the early 90s.
Grant.
Also not comedians on hockey.
Oh, he was a black goalie. Grant.
Oh, Fuhr.
Grant
Gay
Fuhr.
LaFleur. Was it Grant?
Grant Fuhr.
Grant
Oh,
Fuhr,
Grant Fuhr, right.
Guy LaFleur.
Yeah. Guy.
Patrick Waugh.
Please stop.
Yes.
It's not spelled
Are there
like
any
Waugh.
sports we haven't covered? Ladies rugby, hockey.
So-
Have you
Major
guys seen
League
hurling?
NBA is
Baseball. I like
back.
curling.
Have you seen hurling?
What's that one?
Hurling is lacrosse, but it's the sticks don't have nets. They're just like they're just.
Knives.
Yo, Google hurling.
You're
It is
thinking-
violent.
You're thinking of Street Fighter starring Jean-Claude
Yo,
Van Damme.
It's
thought that was vomiting.
It's
Hurling.
it's an Irish sport.
Honestly, it might as well be.
It looks like lacrosse, like they're
Okay.
running, like
They
like
might have
with
more
sticks.
There's nothing on the end of the sticks?
There's nothing.
So you just whack at
so
it?
You're just whacking at the ball, and people are grabbing at the ball with
Ooh,
their hands too.
ooh.
So they get like dudes, like professional hurlers, are missing fingers from getting their
Nice.
hands.
Comedians on hurling.
Yeah.
Coming live to Gov's Comedy Club Radio Network in the spring.
By the way, can you send me a tape of your stand-up?
Yes.
Okay. So I got some stuff.
We're going
What?
to make this a two-shot now. If we could just close in, we'll turn off this mic. That'd be great. One failure, just because you failed at America's Got Talent, bro.
Hey, I won. I
And because
said. They gave me a citation.
I also won at Star Search. I sat down with him. I interviewed him like 6 years later. I'm like, oh, remember when...
Who, Arsenio Hall?
No, it's Steve Byrne.
Oh.
Remember when we both auditioned for the same show? And he did that thing? He's like, oh, yeah, right. Man, how you been? Like, no, you don't remember. Wasn't a big moment.
How'd you get mixed up with all this anyway?
With what, the show?
With, yeah. These...
I have a wonderful voice, and they just picked me off the street. I was a homeless
do
guy
have-
holding up a sign.
You do have a
You
solid...
have the golden
just hanging
homeless
out at
man
the-
with the
the-
golden
the
voice.
little
Dulcet
deli
tones.
next door.
You know what else is wonderful besides my voice?
Football.
The good food over at Zorn's of Bethpage.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to shut this up.
Currently having a sale on mashed potatoes.
Comedians on Football is proud to be sponsored by Zorn's of Bethpage, Long Island's favorite chicken and takeout. They have been providing great tasting homemade food here on Long Island for almost 80 years. And they do it the old-fashioned way. Everything is made by hand, fresh right on the premises. And they never use any preservatives or artificial flavoring, just the same ingredients you would use in your own kitchen. Zorn's of Bethpage is home to grade A poultry, time-honored traditions, and family recipes. And if you haven't visited their new store yet, please do. It's located at the same location, 4321 Hempstead Turnpike in Bethpage, just west of the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway. The new store features old traditions with new beginnings. And if you plan on having folks over to watch a big game, check out their All Sports Anytime package. It's a 2-foot hero, 60 buffalo wings, 3 pounds of pasta, and chocolate chip cookies, all for under $100. Zorn's of Bethpage is great if you're feeding just a few or a whole household. You can't go wrong with good old Zorn's of Bethpage deliciousness. So check out Zorn's of Bethpage today. Oh, do we love that Zorn's of Bethpage? You like the Zorn's of Bethpage, Neil?
I do.
The fried chicken, the rotisserie?
Joe's so tired because he's gotten that turkey problem when you eat too much turkey. And
You
you
got the
fall asleep.
tryptophan?
I go to Zorn's and
The
I
itis.
say double the tryptophan.
Like when you go to a Chinese restaurant and you say no MSG, you go into Zorn's and say extra tryptophan.
Exactly. And
Extra
they say,
MSG.
sir, this is a Wendy's. And I am thrown out. And
But we love the Zorn's of Bethpage. Such wonderful food, all made
Have you
fresh
been to
on
the
the
new,
premises.
To the new?
The new building? Yes.
Yeah, I
It
went
looks
to the-
fantastic.
It looks nice. Yeah.
But you know what? What's great? It's a
What's
new
great?
building with old traditions, Neil.
Yes,
They
yes.
still make food the way they did 80 years ago, fresh on
By
the premises,
beating the chicken
Yeah.
to death.
using 6 ingredients or less.
Yeah.
We're going to just
Nope.
strike that from the record. So
nobody's
visit.
you really don't find people named Zorn anymore. It's not
Zorn.
a very popular
It's
name.
Bill Zorn.
Oh, it was a last
It's
name.
Bill
I thought it was a
Zorn.
first name.
It was a Zorn
Yeah.
family name.
Sounds
Meryl
like a
Zorn.
superhero.
Come on down
Is
to
the wonderful
Zorn's.
owner of Zorn's of Bethpage, and I think you should stop by in case you don't get any of those
Food is
turkey
great.
leftovers. You should stop by Zorn's
Delicious.
this weekend and get some wings for the big game. That All Sports Anytime package, you can't beat it. 3 pounds of pasta, all those wings, all that salad. Oh my goodness, the cookies. $99. You can feed everybody at the game. Check out Zorn's of Bethpage.
And no matter what you've heard, they've never murdered anybody.
Wow. Way worse than anything I said. Now, you're lucky I got distracted because Les Deegan had to wish me a happy Thanksgiving.
Oh.
No thanks, Les.
What? That's,
Oh, we
that's
get
an odd
comments. I want to see.
odd thing that
No, he messaged me.
did a man just randomly texted you happy Thanksgiving?
Yeah, he does that all the time.
I gotta tell you, you're
We've
not
got a
gonna find
kinship.
a nicer person than Les.
Really?
He's just nice.
Les is one of those people
Yeah.
you could like probably throw things at, and he'll be like,
and he'd be
"Thank
like,
you,
Thank
this
you.
is great."
I actually needed that.
Sally, can
yeah.
you sign him up for next week's
An
show?
amazing
'Cause
Yeah, I
He'd
think
be perfect
He'd
for
be a
this.
great
He's
guest for
very
you
nice.
guys. He likes football.
Really?
I think he's
yeah,
a
I bet,
Giants
and you'd
fan.
love him.
Oh.
You'd be like a longtime friend with
Yeah.
him after this. I'm not kidding.
He'll
Yeah.
tell you all about Y.A.
Is he watching
Tittle,
now?
And no, I don't think so.
How,
but
wait, Y.A. Tittle. How old is Les Deegan?
he's up there. What's his face? Frank Gifford.
When you say up there, I don't know. Kids say that to me. He's up there. Like, Matt Aravallo? You know him.
16.
He started talking
On a
about
good
his
day.
mom on stage, and she's 35.
She's younger than he is.
But I'm
pretty
like
wild.
30,
That's
30
how Dominican families work.
I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, his mom could be my daughter.
Yeah.
That's
Whoa,
just weird.
He could be your
What?
grandchild.
Yeah.
First of all, I think he's exaggerating a little bit. 35.
Yeah, his mom
No.
is 16.
No.
And he's only 19. You don't think?
Now the whole thing.
You think that's just a
doesn't-
bit?
I think it's a bit. I don't think anybody in his family is actually his family. I think they're all actors.
I think he's actually a 38-year-old white guy just
I
looking for an
definitely-
in, trying to get that, you know.
Aravallo
And
sounds
honestly, hats
Italian.
off to him.
Aravallo. He's a gabagool and a mozzarella.
That is a
He's
spot-on Irish
he's always,
accent.
he's always like, "Oh, I'm going to college." And has anyone ever actually seen him go to college?
No.
I've seen him in the city, like in that area.
Yeah.
But
well, that's
buying
smart.
weed,
You go
that's
and you
not,
hang
that's
out.
not going to college. Well, kind of is. But so
I've seen him with books.
Yeah, we've seen him do homework.
All right.
he
Ken,
has done homework in this room, the green room. I
It's a front.
Maybe
do really think it might be.
he's actually a teacher.
He's
he was
40.
Is he making lesson plans?
He just finished his master's.
Exposed.
He's Benjamin Buttoning.
You know what he was doing? He was probably looking at the spreads for next week's big game.
Let's do
yeah.
predictions.
Yeah.
Get back into that.
Well, you know what?
I used to
Before
be a
we even
big
get to next week,
gambler.
let's talk
Big
about
problem.
just the playoffs in general.
Oh.
Who do you think's going to the playoffs? In the NFC, it's done. It's done.
The Giants definitely.
The
They're-
Jets could still have a chance.
if they win
Finish
out.
at 9 and 7.
The Jets are not shut out of it, and you're talking AFC, right?
I feel
You got like
that's-
8 teams who
yeah.
can make it in the wild card in the AFC.
The
Which
Bengals.
are the Patriots
Nope,
in?
Bengals have not won a game yet this year.
But they have Icky Woods and Ocho Cinco.
And AJ Green is about to come off injured reserve.
Yep. And that was some game this weekend. The Bengals Steelers. That's been a rivalry for years. Andy Dalton versus Ben Roethlisberger. This
Andy
week they had
Dalton
Hodges versus Finley.
Yeah, I was gonna say Andy Dalton didn't even
Hodges
play.
versus Finley.
Now the Patriot. First of all, Tom Brady is like 70 now.
If you've watched the games,
He's
that's what he
been-
looks like.
He's been the
With that 10
quarterback
and
my
1.
entire life. I think Bill Belichick's son is a coach on
Did
the
you say
team.
Belichick?
Who cares? Bill Belichick. His son is a coach on the team. He's just going to Freaky Friday himself into his son's body and end up coaching the team for like 50 more years.
You know
Prediction.
how hard it is to get lightning to strike you while you're holding your son's hand? It's like, it's not going to happen.
If it's going to happen to anybody, it's going to happen to Bill Belichick.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
While
Or Tom Brady.
holding
Your
hands?
son's hand.
That's
yeah.
how that
Does
works.
it have to be a son?
It could be anybody.
I think it's
Freaky
great
Friday,
that you
that's how
assumed I
Was it
actually
Freaky
watched
Friday?
that
Were
movie.
they holding hands?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
What was
see?
the one where they
You
were
just
peeing
made
into
it
a
up.
fountain together?
Hot Tub
Just-
Time Machine.
No, it was Jason Bateman and I want to say Ryan Reynolds.
Oh.
What was that movie?
Deadpool.
Anyone? Any of the interns back there? Anyone?
Ozark.
Oh, that's a good show.
Arrested
Oh, that's a good show.
Development.
All right, now that
Wow, the Bills
Joe-
are 8-3.
the
Neil.
Bills are quietly having
Yeah,
a wonderful
buddy.
year, they're going to score the AFC wild card. Now, who is going to get the other slot?
I would say.
Now that you have my notes,
I think it's funny that the Colts are kind of in it after their quarterback just gave up on life before the season.
the Colts could win their division. That division is
What happened?
They
Yeah,
are
what
not
happened with
sucking
that?
for luck.
We talked about that, I think, in the first episode, and then it was like forgotten news 2 days later. The guy
Yeah,
retired at
because
29.
then Jacoby Brissett, who's-
Brissett,
whatever.
It's not a nice brisket.
I've never heard his name said out loud. Was actually
The
not. He's not
change-up.
bad. He's not bad,
Huh?
and they have a lot
The
of weapons.
change up.
The change-up. Thank you.
Here's who I think is going to get it: the Cleveland Browns.
They do have
Why?
the easiest strength of
Because
schedule
the
coming up.
Cleveland, the people of Cleveland need this, even though that player is out for the year because he. What did he try to do? Break a guy's skull open, which is fine. But
Well, that's what you do.
Miles Garrett
yes, Myles Garrett.
hit a man with his own helmet.
It sounds like it sounds like he suffers from a mild Garrett.
Sounds like something shot
That
a
was
penicillin, some
that
cranberry
was the
juice. to take care-
diagnosis after he got hit.
But then what did you think at the end of that week after that happened? He said that in the pile when they were wrestling around, Mason Rudolph called him the word.
Touch his penis.
No. Over the cup. That's,
Socialist.
that's worse than I got in high school over the cup penis touch.
He called.
Okay,
That's definitely the name of my first album.
I would say there's like
Over
a
the- over the
50-50
cup?
chance that happened. I would totally believe it. But also,
He could have been quoting a rap song.
Yeah, I just had to know it. This is how I fight. I just
Biggie, 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 can't you see?
And that just triggered him to rip off his helmet.
He's
But
like, you call me Biggie?
I can't think of what you would have to call me on stage for me to rip off your helmet and hit you over the head.
Why?
I can't believe he got the
That's
other
not a
guys-
challenge.
Are you
to
implying
audience
that
members.
Neil goes to watch comedy shows while wearing a helmet?
He's supposed to
Just
by
to
law.
distract the comics.
No offense, but I think it would have to be a pretty good helmet. You're like my buddy Chris Roach there. You're very
It's just
well
the hair.
endowed above the neck.
It's just the hair.
Solid
just
head.
the hair?
He's saying you have a solid head, man.
If I shave my head and beard, I have a very tiny head.
It gets smaller
Not
each
in
time.
front of the children, Neil. So you think the Browns are going to make a run?
Yes, they will finish 9-7, and then they will lose in hilarious fashion in the first round.
I do think they are destined for that. Somebody in that sixth spot.
Because some like 94-year-old Cleveland Brown fan who's been through like 5 different versions of the team is like, finally, I told you, and then they just
LeBron.
lose like 48-0 in like the first round or something.
Now I know it's
LeBron.
football related, but
And
let me-
Baker Mayfield gets arrested on the field for
He's
some
got to
reason.
get arrested very
what do you
soon.
think the
He's gotta
mask
get Me
smells
Too.
like?
The what?
The mask that the guys wear in the crowd, and they've probably been wearing the
I don't think I
Dogtown
can say
mask
it
for-
on this show. Whatever meal they ate for lunch. That's what it smells
In what
like.
year?
2017.
I think Baker Mayfield's got to get Me Too'd at some point.
Just all of
just-
them are such jackasses.
I think the entire league should probably get Me Too'd.
His
Except
like,
J.J. Watt.
And Pat
He's
Mahomes.
Well, yeah, he's cool. His like style, his style of person.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, and
Style
like
by you mean jackass?
yeah, just like such a d bag, such
He's
a like
so horrible.
fratty d bag. Like, there's no way when he was in college he wasn't like. There's
definitely-
it's not a no.
There's like three women waiting for him to get even higher and up at the food
You
chain.
can tell who's like a sleazy douchebag by like what they do when they like introduce the players, on TV, where it's like
Got the headband
and
on.
defensive linebacker, and he's just like, like pointing at the camera, like I'm coming for you. I'm like, okay, calm down.
Well, I think we talked about it last week. They came back in a game. Mayfield threw the pass. The guy who caught it, it was his first touchdown of his career. He took the football.
Dwayne Perkins?
And he retired.
No, he took the football.
Haskins?
It wasn't Dwayne Haskins. I don't even know his
This
name.
is a different
he took,
big game.
He took the football. I think he put it down or he handed it to the ref. He high-fived his teammates and he ran back. And-
he'd been there before.
Yes, and Baker Mayfield
how
ran over to the
unusual.
stands and stood up on the bench. Yeah, mother. Like doing boom. Like, okay.
Yeah, meanwhile, it's
All
the
right.
first time Baker Mayfield hadn't embarrassed himself and his family on the field. pretty
It's
much.
been a horrible season. This is not the time to sell. Yeah, what they have to run the table to go
And
9-7. Is that what's going
No,
on?
they can lose one. They can go 4.
What are they? 5-6. They could end up 9
4-1's doable.
9 and
Running the table.
How many games would the Browns have to lose to move to Baltimore again?
I think we're past that point, unfortunately.
carry the 7. Figure solve for
Tony's
why.
like, this isn't
Too
a good
far.
show.
That squeak was the sound of the
Come
production
on!
room just saying, enough of these idiots.
I think the Browns would probably move somewhere else. Canada? I think it's...
Well, the Raiders are
Edmonton?
going to Vegas.
Are they?
Yeah, they're building a big, beautiful new
They're
stadium.
in Oakland right now, though.
No,
I love how
They're
there's
in
these
LA
teams
right now.
that...
there's 2 teams playing
Yeah.
in LA right now, and
you
LA
would never,
doesn't want either
and
one
you
of
would
them.
never know it.
And neither of them are going to be LA.
The Chargers are
Chargers.
staying in LA with the Rams
Poor-
to
With the
share a
Rams.
stadium like the Jets and the Giants do in Jersey.
Okay.
Nobody cares about the Chargers. And the Raiders, I don't know.
A 5-1-6
Where
number
are
is
the
calling
Raiders
me. You think
playing
that's
right now?
Zorns?
That's probably Zorn's not
Where's-
happy with
where are the
their.
Raiders
Hey.
playing right now?
The Raiders are playing in LA.
No, I
Right
think
now.
your food's
Right-
delicious.
no, I don't think
Three
they're
teams
playing right now.
are playing in LA right now.
3 teams are playing in LA, and nobody's
I can't
going.
imagine who that is.
Are they called the LA Raiders right now? Or they're still
I
called
believe
the
they
I
are.
think they're the LA Raiders of Oakland or
LA
something.
Chargers.
Wait, and the Rams are in LA now, right? Or no?
You know what? They're still
They're
called
still
Oakland.
Oakland. I think they play in Oakland.
Yeah, they are.
Wait. They made a big deal of
Boy,
that
good
last
question.
game that was played on dirt. You may be right with this.
Well, it says
I'm,
right
I'm
there,
mixing up the Chargers.
Oakland.
Well, somebody took my notes, Joe.
They wouldn't be
So
lying.
I'm a little
would they?
thrown up. No, but it was at
If you want me to
their
pretend
old
to be
stadium where
involved
they
in
were
this,
playing.
I
It was
need
the
to-
last
I
game
need
that
your
was
notes.
played on the baseball cutout. Remember they used to do those all the time
At
in
the Coliseum.
the multi-use park. Yeah, so that has to be the Coliseum.
Yeah.
So they're still playing in Oakland.
And the 49ers aren't playing in San Francisco anymore. They're in Santa Clarita.
Yeah. I don't. How close is
They're
that?
in Oakland,
Like
too.
nobody plays where they're.
No, is that true?
It's like closer to San Jose.
I guess in Bears,
that why they're
the Bears
undefeated?
play at Soldier Field. That's not near Chicago proper.
But it's still Chicago.
It's still technically
Chicago
It's
proper.
not a different state or
What is this,
like a
England?
different.
like the Jets or the Giants.
Yeah.
Well, Foxborough. I mean, I guess
But
that's
Santa
New England.
Clarita isn't even a suburb of San Francisco. It's a suburb of San Jose.
So they should be
I
the
think.
Yes, you're correct.
Welcome to Geography with
Whatever
comedians.
fans you had are gone now.
Oh, long gone. Long gone. I think they walked out in the middle of your AGT story. No offense. Not that it wasn't.
Comedians on HET. Football.
This is your worst episode.
No, not even close.
Oh, okay.
No.
He said we were better than Nicolia. So.
I don't like the way Sally said no so quickly. What was my worst episode, Sally? I would like to see your
Trying to think
post-mortem list.
what
Let's
would be
rank
the
'em.
worst?
How was Nicolia compared
The
to
one
us?
you had Lawrence
Nicolia
Taylor
was a little
on.
painful.
But we had
yeah,
Kenny Ryan,
good.
who knows his stuff. So I just kind of stayed
Yeah.
focused
Oh,
on
was
Kenny
Nicolia and Kenny
I
Ryan?
heard,
I think,
yeah.
right?
Wow, that's a train wreck.
I heard Kenny Ryan.
Ryan. Not comedically, but he knew his
Oh,
football.
they didn't have to. Oh, so those are not telling jokes. That's fine.
I was at the brokerage maybe a couple weeks ago, and Kenny Ryan and Matt Burke were having like a really intense conversation about tight ends.
Yes.
Until I realized they weren't talking about football players. No, but then I came over and I was like, oh, yeah, Austin Hooper, blah, blah,
Football.
blah. And they just like didn't acknowledge me. And I was like, fine, guys.
Hey.
And I walked away and I walked outside.
Austin Hooper, the Atlanta tight end. That's a nice deep pull
But-
for somebody who
But
barely
he's
knows.
hurt.
Gronk, also a tight end, no longer playing football.
Yeah.
Austin Hooper is back, I believe. Oh,
That'd
no.
be great because my team's been a mess since he
I
got
think
hurt.
he's out another week. You're
Probably,
right.
yeah.
You're right.
Guy.
Oh, the other guy?
Then I picked up Eric Ebron.
Joaquin Phoenix? Does you think he looks like Joaquin Phoenix?
No. In fact,
Oh,
don't even
yeah,
reference.
actually, when I
No, yeah,
first
maybe
met
a
him,
little.
that's exactly what I thought. I promise. Yeah.
Neil, remember when
Uh-huh.
Joaquin Phoenix pretended to be like a hip hop artist for a year?
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is what he's doing
What was the
now.
name of that movie? Tell them
Tell him to go away.
tell them
You
not
have
to
the
watch
Joker
my
shirt
set.
on. Did you see the new Joker?
I did.
Yeah.
I liked you said the new Joker
The
as
new
opposed to the
Joker.
old Joker.
The old Joker.
Caesar Romero?
Who deserved his own solo movie, but that's a different story. I saw the Joker twice. My favorite is when he blows up the football field, like Bane in The Dark Knight Rises.
Another football field got blown up?
That's what they do in all these movies now. They just blow up football fields.
I like, you know what? Joe's first football reference. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Pontillo.
Nice job, Joe.
All right, let's make some predictions. We're running out of time.
I'm ready.
Let's finish our football discussion here.
I'm ready.
Our heavy football discussion.
Are we doing it like
We live in a
like those
society.
shows?
Where are our week? Where's my?
Oh,
where's
sorry.
where's
Are we doing
next
it-
week? Son
are
of
we-
a biscuit.
Are we doing it like those shows where you say the thing and then we all weigh in?
No, I just want you
Joe
to guess
Pontillo's
what
lock
game-
of the week.
I wa-
Let me tell you, folks, you want to get those cranberries.
Let's
Mike
just-
Mike Lauder thinks
From
that
Zorn's.
that Finns are going to make a run. And
Who said that?
The deli in Massapequa?
Finns.
That
The
Anthony-
Finns are not
I
making a
love
run.
that place. Best roast beef.
The
There you
best
go.
they can
I
do
think
is
they've
6
got a
and
run in
9. That's not going
And
to
then
make
Ken
it.
Pichel said the mighty Los Angeles Angels, Duck Dodgers of Anaheim. Oops, forgot the NFL names. We're on delay.
That's fine.
He just wants to know this a half an hour ago.
All right.
Let me try to punch down this joke. You guys made a joke. Let me make it worse and then post it on the internet. Sorry.
Oh,
man,
on the
I got
thing.
mad.
I got you.
I thought
got
you were
you.
actually planning something.
I was waiting for something good. I thought he was going to be funny. My bad.
That's going to be a new reality show. That's going to be a new comedy reality show. Ruin this joke.
Are you guys going to watch the?
Everyone does it.
Are you guys going to watch football on Thursday for Thanksgiving?
There's no chance.
Really? What
I
do
will
you do?
be-
Talk to family?
Who's playing?
No.
We got the Lions.
It's the only
always
thing
play.
that makes my family interested.
They're playing the Bears.
I'm an orphan.
Wait, Lions, Bears?
Lions, Bears.
The Bears are kind of good, even though their
Nope.
quarterback is a
Nope.
tool.
Nope. Bears.
You're wrong again.
Wow,
They're
sorry.
not very good.
Oh,
But they
yeah,
have
well.
And the Lions are even worse.
I know
They
the
have Mike
Lions are bad.
Ditka.
The Lions
They
are
have
about to be on their
Dan.
third string quarterback.
We got the Bills. Your
They have
Bills are playing on Thursday.
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd. Bills, Cowboys.
My Bills.
And a repeat
All
of
downhill since
Super
John Candy
Bowl-
died. 6?
Super Bowl 31.
Who?
Cowboys, Bills.
That's going to be a real nostalgic game.
Yeah.
Is that Tony
For
Romo
no one.
versus Jim Kelly?
It's Tony Romo versus himself.
No, that was who was the guy before Romo?
Bradshaw.
No, for the
Aikman?
Cowboys.
Oh,
Troy Aikman
Troy
and
Aikman.
Emmett Smith against Thurman Thomas and Jim Kelly.
Yeah.
It's a good matchup.
Yeah, it would have been.
You know
on
what I-
Tecmo Bowl
You know what I hate about the Cowboys?
Jackson
They
on
have
Tecmo
fans
Bowl.
everywhere.
everywhere.
And it
Well,
makes no sense.
the
What's
Cow-
appealing about them?
They were America's team in the 70s,
There was-
like before you could watch
They represent
out-of-market
everything
teams.
that's wrong with America.
They are the Baker Mayfield
Who
of
was
teams.
that guy before Aikman? There was a big guy. They had a big guy.
Bart Starr,
No.
Joe Namath?
No.
Starbucks
Roger
or
Staubach?
something.
Was that?
It's
Starbucks.
going back to like the 70s.
Starbucks from
Latte
No, right before
Starbucks.
Battlestar
Aikman.
Galactica.
Right before Aikman. They had a
Before
big guy. They had a
Aikman?
big,
Troy
big, big
Aikman.
Very
famous
tall,
guy.
tall,
No, famous.
famous guy.
That had to be in the 80s?
Yeah.
Cowboy quarterback.
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I feel like they were bad in the 80s, no?
No,
So nobody
no.
cared.
they were pretty good.
Terry Bradshaw.
No.
It wasn't Bradshaw, Theismann, or Montana. It was the other one.
Having watched these shows where people talk about sports, there's somebody sitting at home just going, it's.
I know.
They know exactly who it is, and they're yelling
we're
at
on a
us.
minute
I think
delay,
he's making this
so
up.
we're just making him
Or he's
mad.
confusing
Well, I'm pretty sure
people.
they had a quarterback in
Dallas
the 80s, bro.
Cowboys.
It was Roger Starbuck or something. Starbuck.
He
Wait
was
a
a
second.
70s.
Jim Plunkett. No, he was the Raiders, right?
No. He was a Raider. Hated the
1980s
Raiders.
quarterbacks. Hook me up.
And it was a
just Cowboy.
cowboy?
Help me, Google. Roger Staubach, Troy Aikman, Danny White, Don Meredith. Goodbye.
Don Meredith.
Tony Romo. Randall Cunningham. Was he on
Oh,
the
Randall
Raiders?
Cunningham, yeah, but
Quincy Carter.
Didn't start
Drew
there.
Bledsoe.
Are you
my
thinking
man.
about Broncos like John Elway or something?
Yeah,
Or?
I don't
Roger
know.
Starbuck.
now
like
he's just on
everybody that's
Pornhub,
played
so
quarterback?
The show just took a turn.
I know.
Bernie
He's
Kosar was
actually
on
writing
Bernie
his
Kosar
shopping
was the
list
Browns.
now.
He was a
I guess
backup
he-
for the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Neil's Christmas
He led the
shopping
Browns
right
to
now.
a spectacular.
Oh,
Nothing.
Babe Laufenberg. That's what I'm thinking.
You
That
you'll,
would have killed in your AGT audition.
you'll never be allowed on the show again.
Anyway, let's talk about
Me
what
neither, but-
America
Oh, they
really
had Vinny Testaverde for a second.
what America really
Oh, yeah.
cares about. The Kansas City Chiefs are back in action this week. They'll be playing the
Yes.
Oakland Raiders.
I would like my man Tyreek Hill to be healthy.
He killed me last week, but the Raiders last week against the Jets, that was the Raider team we were waiting for.
Yeah.
God,
And that was the
awful.
Jets team we were waiting for that showed up 8
Nobody was
weeks too late.
expecting the Jets to be decent.
No,
Nobody would have picked them to blow
they
out the
c-
Raiders.
They could have won 8 or 9 games had they cared, and their coach not look like a serial killer.
8 or 9 games. Like the
Why
over-under in
Kansas
Vegas was
City?
6.
Are you from here originally?
I'm from Massachusetts. It's
So that doesn't help.
gambling related. They covered a bet in 1987, and I kept
And
following
you were
them.
like, I'm indebted to you for life.
Next week, I'm going to win another $25.
87.
I'm old, bro.
They really could have used Bo Jackson back then.
They've played Bo Jackson many times. When I had Steve DeBerg throwing the rock.
I think Bo Jackson would have had a longer career if he didn't try to play 2 sports. Just saying.
It was that awkward
Man, if
tackle.
he just played baseball,
He'd still be around.
he might still be playing baseball.
I was
He'd
wondering.
definitely be in the Hall of Fame.
was wondering how you were going to get it back to baseball, and he did it, folks.
Bo
love
knows,
Bo.
but he didn't know how to stay healthy.
I
Were you-
love
were you-
Bo Jackson.
There you
He's my
bouncing
favorite player
between
to
Bo
watch.
Jackson and Deion Sanders and figuring
I
how you
never-
can get it back to the MLB?
No, I never
Deion
liked
Ja-
him.
You never liked
Deion
him?
Sanders
No,
had
no, never liked. I was never a big fan. Bo Jackson was my favorite player growing up.
Really?
Yeah.
Deion Sanders had no business playing baseball.
Not Stone. What
He-
was his name?
Stonewall.
No, who was the guy? Bosworth?
Babe Laufenberg.
No.
Please no. Isn't it a law firm?
Who was that guy?
The Boz, Brian
Boz,
Boswell.
yeah. He branded himself before he even played a snap.
That's how you
There
do
were
it.
like Boz posters and
Yeah, the
Boz
Boz.
video games.
That's how I'm gonna get in the
He was
NFL.
like
There's gonna be a Joe Pontillo video game.
the
He was
punt.
like Max Headroom on steroids.
I miss Max Headroom.
Yeah. Let's do this.
He had a
It's
good
too
career.
late. We've ended the show.
Oh,
He-
the show's
he
over.
had a
We
good
have
football
covered
career.
1 hour of solid, manly, testosterone-filled football talk
Where are the games?
with a little AGT talk.
Nah, Jets are gonna win.
Definitely.
Giants are gonna lose.
Uh-huh.
The Bills are gonna win.
Uh-huh.
Joe
Chiefs-
Pontillo lock of the week. Bengals over the Jets. Because you know that's
Ooh.
a game the Jets are going to lose.
Is that who
Just
they
when
play this week?
Yep. Just as they start making you feel good.
Who-
It's like,
No,
oh
Bengals are
crap.
0-9.
Oh crap. It's the Jets.
0-11.
This is the game. They lost to the
Oh,
Dolphins.
11. This is their bye week.
The
They're
Dolph-
playing the Jets on their bye
The
week.
Dolphins might as well be the Bengals. Boom.
Jets can't lose.
Take
'cause
it
it's
to the bank.
Jets can't
Take-
lose. It's the Bengals bye week.
Did it just turn into a wrestling
He
podcast?
keeps taking off shirts.
I don't.
How many shirts did he come in with?
He's
Who
like,
sends Thanksgiving cards?
who is the
Les
comedian?
Deegan.
Isn't Gallagher the one who
That's
takes off
true.
his shirt like every joke? Then he
I
smashes the watermelon. Is that you?
hate.
He keeps taking his new act is he
Gallagher.
keeps taking off his clothes and then he just wrestles with the watermelon on the stage.
Well, he just pulls it onto his walker. His.
Oh no.
Gallagher, if you're out there, I want to fight you.
Whoa!
Whoa, you just got sued.
Whoa! This was our worst episode ever until that challenge. That is going to go viral.
Got it.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching Comedians on Football.
be
Go
here.
over to the Governor's Comedy Club radio page and give them a like.
Subscribe to my YouTube.
You'll get to see. We'll
Mine
get
too.
your plugs in a minute, pal. I got to, as you know, I run a tight ship
Oh,
here.
sorry,
Everything
sorry.
in order. Go to Governor's Radio Comedy Club Radio Facebook page. Like them. You'll get updates on all their shows, including the wonderful Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show every weekday from 11 to 1, starring the lovely Sally O'Neill, Tony Walker, who is off camera right now, pantsless. He's Donald Ducking it in the production studio there.
And that guy you put your stuff in the corner.
And Eric Shevlin, who was sitting behind us last week during the Green Room show.
He's still there. He's just lying down.
Don't forget to visit Zorn's and Beth page for their wonderful Zorn's Deliciousness. And you know what? Why don't you check out Long Island Explain, the other podcast I do with my buddy, Chris Roach. Every week we take a different Long Island topic and we explore it in depth. Or at least I do, and Chris follows along. It's fun. Check it out. We talk about Amy Fisher.
Can
Joey
I be a guest on that one?
No, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Do you have any Long Island credits?
Oh, do I?
No, sir. This week we
Newsday.
talk about, on today's episode just dropped, the only woman accused of witchcraft on Long Island. Brought to trial for witchcraft. Right here in East Hampton. Goody Garlic. That's episode 56.
It's my mother-in-law.
Oh, well, hey.
The Long Island witch
Just
trial
kidding.
is
Just
cool.
kidding.
Also, check
Just 'cause
out,
a hack, just trying to
let's
be
see,
hacked.
where are you going to be, Neil? Now is the time for your plugs. And
please,
go. Oh, we
please.
just ended. Thanks anyway, everybody. That's our time. Go ahead.
Please subscribe to my YouTube. I'm going to be at
Neil Rubenstein?
You'll find it. Yeah, Google. Give it a quick Goog. You'll find me. I'm doing Starland Ballroom on the 14th with Taking My Sunday.
Great concert. Go check out Neil before.
Frantic at the Stand on the 23rd of December. And then I'm a couple of America tours in the new year.
Okay. And Mr. Joe Pontillo, where can we find you?
I'll be at a wedding this weekend in Jericho.
Check it out. Just walk in, empty box, just put it on the table, help yourself to as many drinks as you can put down.
Find me on all social medias and find
Pontillo, Pontillo.
Boom.
I'm not trying Rubenstein. Steen? How is it pronounced?
I don't care.
Okay. And as always,
lost to the ages.
My name is Steve Belanger. I watch a lot of football. Thank God I can take an hour off from talking about it here in the studio with my two good friends, Joe and Neil. Thanks for watching, everybody. Sally, thank you as always.
My pleasure.
Good night.